when you're looking at the LLMs. And I try to tell clients that, and I used to tell them, like, we had some financial centers in New York that were expanding across the United States. And they're like, we want to set up offices here, 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 here. And I go, based on your budget, I don't think we can go after each one of them. And then sometimes, they'll lean on my account managers, we'll do it. And then I'll have to come in and we'll have to walk it back and say, we spread ourselves too thin. We've dropped in the rankings. Like, we need to focus, and we need new capital to go after this, if that's what you want to go after. And I'm seeing, again, that same story being applied potentially to the LLMs on the depth of expertise that are going to get surfaced when you look at that. And so I agree with you. Clients that don't communicate back to you. We have a couple clients that, big clients, they won't get back to us to approve the content. And so it's like there, it's sitting there, it's waiting. And we know we're going to get measured on performance. And it's like, hey, like, we're getting backed up here. Like, we need some time, even like creating social. That's one of the big things I want to get your opinion on. Is we've just now started kind of an information architecture, social media strategy that we've opened up. Like, we wanted to just focus on maybe search engine marketing, paid ads, and SEO. And I just never saw social media as like, hey, other people can do that better than us, right? Like, that's a whole, that needs to be an agency in itself. I even carved off our videography component during COVID of that, because that kind of, no one would meet in person. And now I'm looking at that going, we need to bring all that back. That's probably now more important, or equally as important. I feel like it's a 1-2 punch of attacking this market from the reputation standpoint. What is your opinion on that? Because it seems like social is part of the mix.
Well, it seems like you're like, I'm a mirror image of you, or you're a mirror image of me, because we've done the exact same thing. We focused on SEO and paid search, and I have deliberately steered away from social media. Now, we'll do some social media work, but only if somebody puts a gun to our head.
And it's an existing client, right? It's not it's not a lead product or anything. Yeah.
And now I'm seeing that it's absolutely impossible to ignore social media. I mean, we've got to also, either we have to partner with somebody, or we have to, and right now I'm bringing on board somebody who's a seasoned social media person, particularly for one of the brands that I work with. And I'm telling them this is going to be a huge part of it going forward, because they're going to be looking at it. And then, but when you say social media, well, what are you saying? What
does that mean? Like, there's a couple.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
So you've got this pretty broad landscape. I mean, it comes back to me over and over. And I hate saying this, coming from a small business background, but it just seems like to cover all these bases is going to require more budget. And it's probably going to be more the realm of larger companies that are also enlightened enough to see this is where they've got to be spending their money. But I think a lot of companies are not going to see that, or they're not going to see it until it's that 10x harder to get into, as you're talking about. So a big part of it is the communication and education of the client. And I can tell you guys do that sort of like us, but to do that, you've got to have a client who's willing to be educated.
Well, so I do coaching for a number of SEO companies and digital marketing companies. And what's interesting is, when I bring them on, I think it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to teach you all this SEO. It goes back to, like, most of the questions are client communication questions. Yeah. And I have to just share examples. Like, I have 2 examples right now of where I know the way to not do stuff, right? Like, I've learned the hard way. Here's something recently, talking about the videos. A lead that we had on a drip came back, wanted a big video production for a conference that's coming up, I think in November. And I'm like, I don't have any VA people in-house. I don't
Right.
want to deter the focus of all this stuff that's going on with the LLMs. I don't want to project manage it, essentially, right? So she was like ready to go. This sounds good. I like it, everything, whatever. I gave her the referral to the person that did all her work that I had in-house.
Mm.
Email introduction, referral.
Right.
No, she didn't want it. She was like, oh my gosh, like now I have to start over. I wanted to go with you guys. I'm like, no, this is the person that where in my whole department, like, so you don't like, I'm not going to mark it up, but she wanted me or my
Right.
team to project
Right.
manage it. And if I would have just done it as a subcontract, like a double margin thing, and just handed her to it, like under the brand, like gave him an email, it would have been fine. But because I referred it out, she totally lost it on me. And I was shocked by that personally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see why you're shocked, but it doesn't surprise me. You know, I've been going through this thought process of what is my unique selling proposition, and it's not results and it's not activities. It's that when I'm in a call with clients, they trust me as the authority, and they've worked with me enough that they trust also my integrity. I'm not going to lie to them, and so forth. So it's more about just who's in front of them.
Yeah.
So when you step away and suddenly you're no longer in front of them, it's like taking a blankie away from a little kid.
This is new to me, right? Like I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of stuff, but I'm still making mistakes. And this was probably a good size video project. They had quite a bit of budget. I even tried to kind of come back and like refer other people for them to look at, and I was just shocked. I was just shocked that the brand of who you are, they connect with you, they want to work with you. There's a lot to be said to that as we go back to the reputation, and they wanted my eyes on it. They wanted to pay me, made sure I was watching it. And
that's so tough though, because scaling, it's hard to scale yourself.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna this is what is it called? I'm going through therapy like live for everybody. Like I want to here's something else that I'm dealing with. So like other people that listen that are going through this thing, I'm going into a big meeting with one of our largest clients next week. Okay. And it's going to be like a half-day meeting, all the, different stakeholders, people that I kind of have talked to or known, and we're going to look at all their strategy. Okay. And the reality is they've been doing whatever they've been doing, which I'm under NDA. So I got to be a little cryptic. Sure. But I only have a couple clients that have NDA under, but this is one of them. But essentially they're spending a lot of money and they've been doing something for a long time.